600s. Anyway, I hope your day has been well and that you're ready to relax, play some solitaire, and just hang out. So we have the monkey business deck because we be doing business. So let's shuffle up our cards and begin our night. Boston baked beans. I thought this would be a fun little choice, little mix-up in our journey. Anyway, if you enjoy these videos, please let me know. Any candy suggestions, feel free to drop that below. And as so, let's deal out game number 1 and have some fun. There we go. We got our face cards. So let's get our beans onto their tray. And for those of you unfamiliar with Boston baked beans, they've been around since 1908. So where have you been? Bet your beans, Boston baked beans. And candy coated peanuts is all it says. Let's try for this. Whoever told you these were beans was jerking your chain, but you didn't mind. At the center of these delighted little candies, ooh, love that little. Come on, focus. Well, that right there is little. Candies was a crunchy peanut, and you loved peanuts. You also loved the hard candy coating, which you could savor slowly, letting the coating dissolve in your mouth or crunch to your heart's content. But make no mistake, these weren't your grandmother's baked beans. They still aren't, thankfully. Interesting, for some reason that felt a little more, let's just say personal than I was expecting. I haven't had these probably since I was a kid. So let's see how they hold up with the test of time and taste buds. Oh wow. Oh yeah. That's a peanut. Somebody quote that. Oh yeah, that's a peanut. And that was good. So tonight we have a crunchy one. Wow, triple fives. So what matters more? Oh, that goes right there. Diamonds. And I think we might be done, unfortunately, with our first one. No play left on the field or in our hand, so we had a good effort of it, but just a little bit short. Let's see the cards left unturned. A couple doubles. Alright, so favorite peanut candy. Now let's do an exclusion here. Peanut butter doesn't count. I'm talking candies with chunks of peanut, like a favorable chunk, like at least that big. Let's see. Let's just name some candies off the top of the head. Babe Ruth. Depending where you come from, Baby Ruth. Mr. Goodbar. What else? Payday. Snickers. Peanut M&Ms. Interestingly enough, I don't think Reese's contain large peanuts. Are there really not that many peanut flavored candies out there? Or peanut included? Boston baked beans, I guess. I can't think of anything else. Let's see, Mars Company. What do they have? I think that's the Baby Ruth. I guess that's all I know off the top of my head, so that's what we're working with. You know what I do love? Is getting some trail mix and making the perfect bite with what you have. In high school, pretty much every day for breakfast, I'd have trail mix since it had a nice little sugar boost to wake up. Triple Ten's not too great. It had savory, it had sweet, it had natural fats, it had a little bit of chocolate, as well as raisins. So what would be fun is just getting like a raisin, 2 peanuts, maybe an almond, and 1 M&M. And that was some good stuff right there. Depending on what you pulled out of the bag, you would then ration it out to make the best bite possible. That was better. Oh, a Take 5 bar. Alright, we'll go with that. So, again, back in high school, I would, whenever I'd have junk food, I really wouldn't have that much junk food. And I remember, I thought to myself, let me try out paydays, because at least it gets like 10 to fat stack number 3. Is it in the cards to win it? You know what, my friend? I think it might be. Alright, so nowhere for that 5 just yet. So let's stack it up and see if we can clinch our win on the night. And see if we can maybe make it 2. But let's just enjoy this one as we officially add a win to our totals. A nice couple stats so far on our journey to 1,000 solitaire episodes. Let's stack them up and victory shuffle it up. All of these spades, ace to king, along with all of the clubs, ace to king, the hearts, followed by the diamonds. Let's see how we do. It felt decent, but I don't know. A little hiccup and a bigger hiccup than we thought. 7-6. So a little bit chunky. Not too bad. So we head into game number 3 with 2 or 3 fat stacks and a victory. What awaits us next? Let's have another couple nuts real quick. Oh, I guess this kind of tastes like, so where I live in California, if you go to a Mexican restaurant, they have candies more often than not. So picture this melted into a red disc, so red hard candy with peanuts inside. That's almost exactly what this tastes like, for those of you who have had that. It best tastes like, or best description of the taste is, a decent peanut. So a peanut with a little bit of salt. I guess a warm sweetness, if that makes any sense. It focuses more on the middle and back of your taste buds. If you like peanuts and you just like a simple candy, I think these would be for you. But if you're wanting something, oh gosh, triple tens once again, something a bit chocolatey, then not for you. I like them. They're not great, but they're a solid 7 for sure. Anyway, it's taken a while to get to it, but favorite peanut candy. And now that I remembered, it's obviously a Take 5 bar. So a Take 5 bar is a chocolate bar that is, I think, made by Reese's. It has a Reese's or chocolate Reese's peanut butter, pretzels, peanuts, and I think caramel. The 5 ingredients. And it's just a salty, sweet treat that you cannot have multiple of or you're just gonna feel like poop. But if you've never had one before, try it out. And just buy the one, because it's gonna be tough to just have one. Anyway, that's the best candy bar, my bad. I was gonna say maybe like a Payday, but it's obviously Take 5. As we take this 5, put it on the 6, and put that 5 on the 6 to do the trick. Double kings doing their work, awaiting a black 7. And now maybe we can prolong our third game. Couple more nuts. Well, that's the end of game 3. Double 6s, double 10s, kind of held us back on that one. On to game number 4. Where's the nasty? It's gonna be the 2s. Those were just missing in action for this one. Triple 2s. Is it a quartet? You bet. So quadruple 2s to the negative stats as we move on to game number 4. Let's go for a big nut. Ain't nothing like a big nut. I'm telling you that right now. I like the bigger nuts because you know you're gonna have a fatter peanut inside as opposed to this little nut. That little nut's not gonna provide much, but if you get a couple of these, you're gonna have a nice little salty. Shut up. These are good. I realized it a little too late. We'll just move on from that. Stop giggling. You see, I try to overlook little things like that, but once you're talking about getting a couple nuts and you know you're gonna get a salty, you got it. I usually just try to move past it, but that time I couldn't. I'm sorry. I let you down. Triple 8s, but at least we're not nutless tonight. I know some of you are counting how many I'm having, and if you are, I like the way you think. But another little side quest request is how many times have I said nut tonight? A little sneak secret challenge. After our second game, it just feels like we're just not having the same type of results. I just hope this game isn't another bust. Yeah. I think we might have just busted again. So let's do a thorough check. As there's nowhere for that 9, 8, 6, 9, and lastly 7. Alright, so we move into our final game of the night with the 1 win and 3 fat stacks. Can we come back with at least a strong one? Let's see the nastiness left behind in our 4th game, as we have quite a few doubles so far. Triple 4s to the negative stats. And that's it. Alright. Final game of the night. Time to nut up or shut up. So let's nut up. Let's do it. So that's kind of an iffy start, despite the plays. Just lots of avenues cut off for us to potentially go along. As you can see, we're struggling to keep it in. And I think we almost got swept. But you know how it goes when we have 3 aces and we need to stay alive. The only second game, just bust after bust after bust. And you know what? I think that's gonna be our word of the night. We busted. So, let's see if there's any last negative stat to add, as we have triple fives and triple jacks to add there. But despite that, I had a fun one. I hope you did too. That was some Boston baked beans made in Montana. And the monkey business deck. And there has been a little bit of monkey business going on. I think we all know it. So let's clean up the field. And for you, I hope you have yourself a relaxing